Khash Saghafi, Liberty Home Mortgage. And the question now, are there application fees? So if you're looking to buy a home or even refinance for that matter, do you have to pay money just to apply to get an answer? At a lot of banks in the United States, I will say that one, can't really say names necessarily, but at most banks, you do have to pay application fees to, I should say there's a lot of banks out there, you do have to pay a fee to apply to see if you can get a loan, okay? When it comes to most mortgage bankers or brokers, you do not have to pay an application fee to get an answer on your loan. I do believe, and I can't really give you the statistics on it, maybe somebody out there watching me could, but I do believe I speak for most mortgage bankers and brokers when I say, I know for myself, we do not charge application fees. So I think for your normal process, I think the bulk of my side of the industry, I always tell people, there's banks like Wells Fargo, and then there's bankers and brokers, okay? That's the other side of the industry. For that side of the industry that I'm talking about, because I don't live in the bank world, I don't work at Wells Fargo, I never have. My side of the world, there's no application fees. So I'll tell you exactly what does that mean. What that means is this. You want to see if you can refinance your home. We'll talk about purchases too, but let's talk about refinancing your home. So you say, hey, I already own my house, and I'm at a 8% interest rate, and I heard rates are down to 6, who knows, okay? So the rate's lower. I want to refinance and get a lower interest rate. I want to see if that's even available. If you came to a company such as mine or like mine, and there's a lot of other ones out there like it, I would say, okay, great. Here's what I need. I need to get your first name, your last name, your social security number, your date of birth, and your home address. That's going to let me pull your credit. So we start with the credit pull. So I pull your credit. It's a hard pull, okay? If you want an accurate answer, the job has to be done correctly. So I'm going to hard pull your credit. I'm going to pull all 3 bureaus. I'm going to look at the scores. I'm going to have the total history. I'm then going to collect from you your pay stubs and W-2s and tax returns and mortgage statement and homeowners insurance and who knows, bankruptcy papers and divorce decrees and child support enforcement agreements, whatever it all is, okay? So I'm going to collect all that documentation. Then I'm going to take a day or two, run you through a couple programs, and see if I can get you approved or pre-approved for a loan. No approval is final until you're signing the paperwork. Until you're signing it, it ain't done. Another side note is make sure you keep paying all of your bills just as if I'm not doing anything for you. But I put all that together. Within 1 to 2 days, I'm going to come back to you and I'm going to say something such as this. Okay, you owe $250,000 on your home. Your current interest rate is 8%. Your current mortgage payment's $2,000 a month. When we get done with the refinance, because of your credit score, the interest rate's only going to be 7.3%, and you're going to say, Hash, I thought it was at 6%. True, that's if you're sitting at a 780 credit score and whatever it all is. Your score is at 619 or 624 or 6, whatever it all is, okay? So in your case, the rate's going to be 7.2. Your rate's at 8, so it's still 7.2. Now this is where you want to pay attention to who you're talking to, okay? As a loan officer goes. Do they just try to jam it down your throat that take the loan, whatever? Or does somebody such as myself say, listen, here's the savings. It's saving you $110 per month and every dollar counts. However, if you pay off your credit cards, and maybe that takes a year or so, pay off the credit cards, that can raise up your score, that can help that interest rate go down. Now, it's never a guarantee that wherever rates are, that's where they stay. But at the end of the day, I'm going to give you all of those answers and all of that analysis, and here's the best part of it. There's no charge for that. There's no application fees to find out what you qualify for. Let's talk about purchasing a home. You say, oh my God, we saw a couple houses, we're thinking about it, we were online, we were looking at it, and we want to see what we can buy, what we can afford. Okay, it's the same exact process. I'm going to hard pull the credit. I'm going to collect your pay stubs and W-2s and bank statements and tax returns and 401ks and child support enforcement agreements and divorce decrees and bankruptcy papers, whatever it all is. We're going to collect all that stuff, and I'm going to come back to you and say, hey, your ceiling is $400,000. You can go up to $400,000. You need a minimum of 5% down. That's $20,000 down. You need this much for closing costs, this much for escrows, you know, all of this. That's your ceiling, and this would be your payment. You're going to say, Hash, we don't want a payment that high. We want a payment of $900. Okay, great. Then you're going to buy something for $90,000 or less. You need this much money. So I give you all your boundaries. Then we give you the pre-approval. Ultimately, zero cost. No application fees. It doesn't cost anything. But what I'll tell you for both of them, you must do some work, okay? You've got to put together the documents correctly. After I review them, or we review them, or any lender out there reviews them, if they're good, they're going to come back to you and request more information and explain why. Through all of that, there are no application fees, so you don't pay anything for it. Now again, as I finish this video, I can't stress this enough, I don't speak for the entire mortgage lending industry, but in the world of bankers and brokers, I do believe I speak for most, if not all of them. I don't think there's really any of them charging application fees. When you go into the world of a bank, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, places like that, you're probably going to see some application fees. But on our side of the fence, there are none for doing all of that work I told you about. But keep watching these videos, subscribe to my page, and I'll catch you on the next one.